Hey, let's just take a second to appreciate the panel gaps on this ride. I think everything came out really sweet, especially considering after all the tube work that I've done on this. Let's just have a look quickly. So you'll notice that I've now got the headlights and the front bumper mounted. There's a couple of mounting bolts there. I still need to fully finish mounting the headlights actually on both sides, but once those get mounted hard, then you'll never be able to tell from the outside that this has got all this tube work inside here. So I'm pretty happy with everything overall. I know that I know that all you Sims have been impatiently waiting to see this V12 back in the Miata and coming to life. So at this point I'm incredibly excited because I have everything planned out to have the engine fire for the first time with this incredible 12-into-1 exhaust system. Actually world's first so far.
Oh my god! Wow!
I mean, I know it's been a while since I designed all of this, but so far I still haven't found anybody who has actually done it and completed and have it running. So guys, this is the most real it's ever been. I'm super excited to finally actually hear how this is gonna sound, because this is what pretty much most of this build is actually, you know, orientated around. So guys, this is getting super exciting. Can't wait to share everything with you. So you're probably looking at me wondering, what am I doing on the floor? Well, that's a good angle and it works for me, okay? So amongst me is a massive mess of pipe work, but some of you viewers are pretty new to the channel and haven't really been following the build. So yes, all this pipe work merges into one big 12-into-1 merge collector. Still the world's first in terms of having it this far, I guess you can say. Although I know that there's a couple of guys out there who are doing things pretty much in their own time in private, and that's cool, but this is something that I've been sharing with you guys for a while now. So what you're looking at is pretty much the calm before the storm. This is where things are going to start getting pretty wild. In one of my previous videos, I did say that I don't want to drag this build out, and you know, all these small things, it's kind of boring and nobody really wants to see it happen. So I'm at this point where things are really starting to come together, and now it's time we finish up this build and witness this incredible V12 raw to life with this insane world's first 12-into-1 exhaust system, long tube as well. So I think it's going to provide a magnificent noise. So most of you probably know that I'm not formally trained in doing this stuff at all, and a lot of you would count YouTube as training. I do myself, but let's just say on paper I'm not fully trained. And to be honest, I've got a newfound respect for these guys who build tube chassis. I know that they have a lot of the equipment, but keeping in mind they've actually designed a lot of the equipment themselves. So I found that the biggest challenge when doing this tube chassis, you know, I'm a perfectionist, so I don't really want these tabs hanging out of everywhere. I want the tubes to kind of flow with the vehicle, and the biggest challenge I found was actually bending everything and having everything bolt up as you would see pretty much in factory form, without, you know, like I mentioned, a whole bunch of these mounting tabs sticking out. So that's kind of what I went for on this build, and for me that was the biggest challenge, and I'm actually pretty happy with the outcome on everything. So guys, it's one thing that's been ticked off the list, and there's a couple of more, and we just got to get through it and get it done with. This is probably one of the best features of this exhaust system is, well, of course, that it's a 12-into-1 system, but is the fact that everything goes in so easily. Like I'll be honest, it's been a while since I fiddled with this, and I'm slowly remembering the correct order to put these runners in. So like, for example, between number 1 and number 2, you'll see that number 2 is like kind of diagonally underneath number 1. So I made a mental note a while ago already that number 1 runners on either side are in fact the last ones that need to go in. So when I do everything, put the engine in and slide these exhaust runners on, I will keep in mind that I've got to do this in the correct order, because I'm sure once it's in the bay and things are fully welded up, I think things are going to be tweaked a little bit. So I'm just going to make sure that everything goes on really nicely. You know, it actually still blows my mind to imagine that this actually fits in that little baby car. That's insane, man. If you guys could just stand here where I am and just see this big lump of stuff right in front of me, and knowing that it actually fits, that's insane.